Thank you, Mr. Lukemeyer. Ms. Hart, you're recognized for 5 minutes.
Chair Velasquez, Ranking Member Lukemeyer, and members of the committee, thank you for the opportunity to testify before you today. My name is Amber Hart, and I am the co-founder and co-owner of the Pulse of GovCon. The Pulse of GovCon is a self-funded, woman-owned small business focused on empowering government contractors. We break down barriers across the contracting ecosystem and bridge the fundamental gaps surrounding federal procurement. Our day-to-day involvement has allowed us to not only observe the impacts of government-wide contracts on our small business clients, but to actively participate in the realities of strategic sourcing and bear the brunt of its unintended consequences. In a world of uncertainties, small businesses just want clarity by way of clear, concise, and consistent regulations to ensure compliance. However, mixed messages and the usage of these procurement vehicles meant to simplify acquisition have resulted in increased challenges for small businesses. With limited resources and intense demands on time and money in the bidding process, contract cancellations can be catastrophic to small firms that have dedicated months and years to the process. Vague contract vehicles with never-ending technical functional areas often devolve into protests with very little funding making it to small businesses. This creates two distinct consequences. First, the bundling and consolidation required by category management has required the industry to buy or be bought. Companies now must acquire their competitors to scale at a meaningful pace or buy into a sector to increase revenue. This increase in merger and acquisition activity has certainly reduced the number of small businesses eligible for prime contracts. Second, in the end, it's likely that the same vendors will be on GSA Polaris, HHS CIOSP4, and GSA 8A Stars 3 due to little to no difference between the focus areas of the vehicles. As a result, the government will not gain access to a wide range of solutions and services from wider federal marketplace. At its core, strategic sourcing initiatives minimize channels for acquisition and reduce lanes where contractors can supply services and products. Since its establishment in fiscal year 16, category management has resulted in a 26% decrease in small business utilization across best-in-class contracts. This is identical to its precursor, which shrunk the office supplies industrial base by 26% over 6 years. Furthermore, the number of small business awards under best-in-class contracts and category management has decreased by 22% over the past 6 fiscal years. Simply put, small business dollars have increased, but have been consolidated into a shrinking competition pool with fewer vendors and even less contract opportunities. Under category management, government-wide acquisition contracts serve as the motivating force to the utilization of best-in-class solutions. One of the most important pieces of the best-in-class criteria is having rigorous requirement definitions and planning processes. However, most best-in-class contracts are now being created to support the broadest spectrum possible, resulting in requirements gymnastics for small business bidders. For example, GSA Polaris contract is supposed to serve as GSA's future small business GWAC to deliver complex IT services. Many performance areas laid out in the final RFP do encompass these types of requirements, including cloud services, cybersecurity, and system design. However, the RFP also lists out ancillary support services, including construction, which does not constitute complex IT. Standardization of best-in-class criteria, how it's managed, and how small business contractors get a seat on these vehicles is of critical importance. This includes establishing individual definitions for the federal civilian and defense markets. Current best-in-class contracts are all over the map when it comes to important small business factors like size standard recertification, bid requirements, experience qualifications, ramping timelines and procedures, and how set-asides are tracked. These collective initiatives have resulted in less access and transparency into government procurement activity and opportunities, and has increased requirement bundling, vendor consolidation, and market uncertainty. The unintended consequences of strategic sourcing and government-wide contracts impact the critical elements that sustain the industrial base: competition, innovation, and economic stimulus. Surviving in this marketplace is not easy for any vendor, but it is made especially difficult for small businesses who could prove real value to our country. The move to category management, further contract consolidation, shrinking contracting offices, bundling of requirements, and a strict focus on socioeconomic spending versus the quality of small business requirements being competed has had a significant impact on small businesses. The U.S. economy is firmly dependent on a healthy market competition. Competition for federal contracts breeds innovative solutions and passes on cost savings to the taxpayer. To increase competition, there must be equal opportunity to contribute to each agency's unique missions. If the federal government wants small businesses to thrive, we need to rethink how new, innovative, and qualified players can enter the market while structuring vehicles that allow agencies to procure the right solutions, that truly fit their mission needs. Without these considerations, small business may fall in the wake of large business conglomerates. On behalf of the Pulse, I thank you for your attention on this important issue and look forward to answering your questions.
Thank you.